Hi there, it's Mr. Clark. Welcome to lesson 10.1.1 on closely related keys. So here in Unit 10, we are going to start to look at modulation, when a piece starts in one key and then moves to another. We started looking at this kind of last unit when we were looking at tonicization, when it very briefly hints at another tonic. Now we're being like, yeah, we're actually going somewhere else. We're actually taking a trip here. So the first type of modulation we're going to look at is called pivot chord modulation. We're not actually going to get to that yet. We're just going to talk about neighborhoods. So we have this idea of closely related keys, which means their tonic triads are diatonic in the other key. So to break that down, if you have a tonic triad, E major, it's just talking about all the other keys that the E major triad appears in. So each key is part of a family of 6 related keys, itself and 5 others. If the key is major, then it's going to be 1 itself, minor 2, minor 3, major 4, major 5, minor 6. This list might look familiar because those are the chords in a key that we can tonicize. It's all of the chords except not 7 diminished, because we don't count that one. In minor, that list would be 1 itself, flat 3, 4, minor 5, because we're keeping it diatonic, flat 6, and flat 7. We use the natural minor because that ensures that it's always going to be reciprocal. So if you're thinking, say, in C minor, then C would be your 1 chord, and then if you went to major 5, C minor to G major, well, G major is kind of part of C minor, but C minor is not in the key of G major, so it doesn't work both ways. We want this to be a reciprocal relation. If one key is closely related, if key A is closely related to key B, we also want key B to be closely related to key A. And using the natural minor collection ensures that this is true. Again, we're avoiding 7 diminished in major, 2 diminished in minor, because those aren't keys. So here we have an example of, if we think about E major as 1, then here are all of its closely related keys. You got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no 7 diminished. The weird reason I've laid it out like this is another way that's easy to remember is you have the relative major or minor, and then the relative major or minor with 1 more or less accidental in the key signature. So you have 4 sharps here, 3 sharps major minor, 5 sharps major minor. So that's another way to think about it. The reason that we care about closely related keys is that these are the smoothest keys to modulate to, and a lot of modulations will be going to these closely related keys. So we'll take a bit of a look at that in the next lesson. See you then.